Hello, everybody. It's Diane Armitage again with another edition of the Best of Laguna Beach. I have been writing Best of Laguna Beach to cover culinary updates, event happenings, and breaking news in this amazing town for 16 years now. So please like this channel and subscribe so that you can get notified of new updates, and go to my website, bestoflagunabeach.com, to find all the photos that I'll be talking about in this particular episode, as well as many other articles of many other things happening in Laguna Beach. You can also sign up for my email list there so that you get the immediate and initial VIP prompts on everything that's going on in this great town. Now, before I start this episode, I want to just put in this little editor's note, because on the front end, I want you to know that I'm called Best of Laguna Beach because I only focus on the best there is in this magical town. As a rule, I don't talk about or promulgate issues or talk about disputes in the town. In this case, though, there's a need to give you the shortest of shortest backstories because I want you to understand how spectacular this undertaking has been between two of our Laguna Beach great chefs, Chef Leo Bongarra and Chef Maro Molteni. So at the beginning of May this year, a dispute began between Laguna Beach Company, fronted by Mohammed Honaker, and an involved investor with that company, a group called MOMCA, or MOMCA LLC. Now, the dispute over which entity was the rightful operator nabbed regional headlines. On a much quieter front, though, logistic issues rose up immediately, including the question over who was in charge of the management and operation of the many restaurants and event entities that were part of Laguna Beach Company's portfolio. One of the most urgent questions had to do with Terra, the 250-seat restaurant at the Festival of Arts grounds that was renovated and reopened in late 2019 by Laguna Beach Company and fronted by the great chef Craig Strong. The company also operated the festival's walk-up window and grill, Intermission, as well as the wine and beer stands throughout the grounds. And there was 777's restaurant across the street at Laguna Art A Fair, as well as many scheduled events at the 7 Degrees venue next to the Sawdust Art Festival. So as the clock ticked ever nearer the festival's opening days, June 30th for Laguna Art A Fair and July 5th for Festival of Arts, the heat was on for a definitive decision. Just days before the Festival of Arts opening day, Laguna Beach's Chef Leo Bongarra stepped into Festival Central, taking on all the aforementioned food and beverage venues simultaneously. He brought fellow Argentinian and good friend Chef Maro Molteni with him. Now, if you don't know these chefs, Chef Leo first landed in Laguna Beach when North Laguna's Hotel Joaquin opened in September 2018. This is a storied chef who rose to regional fame here in California during his tenure at the fabled Sunset Tower Hotel in West Hollywood and as the caterer for the Academy Awards and the Golden Globes. In weeks after its opening, Hotel Joaquin's restaurant, Saline, began receiving rave reviews, even as it continues to only service its staying guests, no public allowed. Chef Leo has also made news lately with the soon-to-be-open Tango Tapas Bar on Forest Avenue. Now, a quick sidebar here. As of 8/11/2023, Chef Leo has also taken on the helm of all of the food and beverage operations at Hotel Laguna, including the beachside restaurant Larson. So you can see that story at my website, and you can see the story here as another video entree that I would love to have you hear. This is big news for Laguna Beach. Now, Chef Maro Molteni made his name in Laguna Beach by first opening Maro Wood Grill. After selling that entity in June 2017, he later returned, thankfully, to Laguna Beach to open his rendition of the Royal Hawaiian in March 2019. It was a property that Laguna Beach Company has owned and served as landlord during Molteni's tenure there. Now, while Maro resided at the Royal Hawaiian, these two Argentinian-born chefs met and became fast friends. Maro told me, he said, I don't know that there's ever been another Argentinian chef in Laguna Beach, but there we were just a couple blocks apart from each other. And he came in one night to the kitchen and that was that. We were like brothers. So when Chef Maro stepped away from the Royal Hawaiian in July 2022, I thought that we had lost another great chef from Laguna Beach, particularly when he began plans for a restaurant of his own in Laguna Niguel. But as the restaurant gods have delayed on his personal project, Chef Maro was in a perfect position to help his friend Chef Leo move fast at the end of June. Maro told me we got into the Terra kitchen on Sunday, and on Wednesday we were opening Terra. It was a little crazy. Crazy might be a bit of an understatement, given that the duo had to train cooks and chefs, hire more kitchen staff, establish new produce and protein orders with vendors, and then, of course, cook. To all this, Maro simply shrugs and smiles and says, "We're Argentinian. We get things done." Chef Leo added that Terra is like a big, huge catering event every single night of your life. He said you prep as much food as you can, and then it's suddenly all the fresh grilling and sauteing of your meats and poultry and fish, and then it's putting it all together in fast plating that you want to look effortless, and you just keep blasting through it, and boom, suddenly all your patrons are gone and you're done. Now, initially, the duo chefs chose to keep the existing food menus for both Terra and the Intermission walk-up grill because many of the cooks and residents were already trained to produce those items. It was Leo and Maro's duties to enhance those menu items with their cooks. Across the street at Art A Fair, they added a few items to the menu, already existing Mexican food menu, and quickly improved its existing offerings as well. Chef Leo said at that late point in the day, it was our job to get everything on these festival grounds operational and make everything taste better right away. The pair did, however, change out the wine offerings for both Terra and its Neptune bar upstairs, as well as for the wine concessions on the Festival of Arts grounds. Chef Leo said, you want people to come here and think back on their day or their evening here as a really stellar, memorable event. So we had to change the wine menu because that's where it all starts. Memorable, unique wine. Although the two kept the Terra menu offerings the same initially, they had every intention of changing the menu items to more inventive, beautiful food in their description. After 3 weeks in the saddle, Chef Leo and Maro began to train their team on several new items. And on August 5th, a Saturday night, because these guys seem to enjoy pressure, they introduced the new menu to the public. It was crazy again, Maro told me, but in a good way. The people noticed right away and the feedback was great. Fortunately, I was invited in twice to try the new menu items before the public could get its hands on it. Now, my meal started with a surprise amuse-bouche, a set of potato croquettes in the marinara sauce of the day. Mine was also paired with a lovely glass of Prosecco. Now, an amuse-bouche isn't something that you typically see in Laguna Beach restaurants, but it's just a tasty little tidbit from the chef, compliments of the chef, to sort of warm your palate to that evening's meal. It changes by the day. Then, probably my most favorite item on the menu, I requested it both nights, the appetizer of smoked trout rillettes. Now, typical French rillette is a pate, usually made with duck meat or pork. This dish, though, had more of a flavorful profile with this creamy egg and avocado base, serving as this foundation to truly heavenly smoked trout pate. Topped with blistered tomatoes, micro dill, and a salty burst of dolloped caviar, it was pure heaven. The grilled ciabatta bread that accompanied the dish was certainly a crunchy, smoky companion, but the rillettes itself is perfectly confident standing on its own. Best wine pairing for this? Chef Leo recommends the Sauvignon Blanc or the Pinot Grigio. Other appetizers on the new menu include fresh oysters Rockefeller, burrata with candied squash, a lump crab cake salad, which I must return for, and Chef Maro's famed empanadas in a flight of 3 empanadas, and a hummus and baba ganoush meze, which I definitely have to return for. Okay, so let's get to the meat. Leave it to these Argentinian chefs to introduce that gorgeous cut of meat that isn't afraid to show off its beautiful marbling, the hanger steak. As Chef Leo told me, so many of the more popular cuts of steak have a very flat taste. Hanger steak has such a nice grilling flavor because its higher percentage of fat makes it so tender and so flavorful. The steak is plated beautifully, You can see all the photos at bestoflagunabeach.com. Plated beautifully with sauteed cremini mushrooms and broccolini, all aboard these fluffy Yukon mashed potatoes. This time, the melting dollop on top is hotel butter, or what we call maitre d' butter, a creamy mix of fresh butter, garlic, parsley, and scallions. Chef Maro's famed chimichurri and a flavorful demi-glace finish the dish. The hanger steak is served up with a Rioja wine, the Altos Ibericos brand, following the age-old custom of just using 100% Tempranillo grapes. It is a fabulous pairing to this hanger steak. Now, if you're mourning the loss of the fabulous Nero pasta dish once served at Ristorante Rumari, dry those eyes, my friend, and head down to Terra. Although I have many fond memories of Rumari's foil-wrapped seafood-rich dish, I dare say chefs Leo and Maro might have kiboshed those memories entirely. Rich black squid ink spaghetti offers a stark contrast to this buttery shrimp and a hefty serving of very fresh crab. The dish is treated to a beautifully light curry sauce with cured tomatoes that happily imbibe the sauce below and a spritz of fresh tarragon. I gently squeezed it over the dish for its very slight licorice bliss. What a beautiful and aromatic dish. Next, the new fish dish at Terra is crusted local sea bass, which turned out super buttery and flaky. Chef Maro told me it's all in the moist blankety crust that starts on the stove and finishes in the oven. Chef Leo told me it's all in the out-of-this-world coconut broth foam with lemongrass, ginger, and Thai chili curry that cozy up to the nutty, rich forbidden rice. Black forbidden rice. So beautiful. Or maybe it's yet another dollop of that famous melty hotel butter. Whatever the case, it's one of the best fish dishes I've tried in ages, even in Laguna Land, where our chefs know how to cook their fish, especially their sea bass. This was an amazing dish. Next, the mighty burger. If you're a restaurant without a burger, you're known for being that restaurant without a burger. So the chefs have added this popular burger staple too, but with an added flair, of course. It is short rib Wagyu. Blue or cheddar cheese top, caramelized onions, add to this melty melt in your mouth sensation. It's so good. It's the only dish too that's served up with crisp herb fries. Lastly, two dishes that I didn't get to try. Frankly, I am a huge chicken parmesan fan, and I've no doubts that this particular dish is made with the same amount of love that's being poured into these other dishes. Over my 2 evening tries, though, I simply did not have the room. The chefs also offer a beautiful vegetarian dish, risotto primavera, with house-made pesto, cured tomatoes, and very fresh herbs. So give these a try and tell me your thoughts in my social media DMs at Best of Laguna Beach, or email me at diane@bestoflagunabeach.com. Let me know what you think. Okay, now before we're done, onward we march to the dessert tray. For the most part, the chefs have kept Terra's new desserts simple and flavorful. They have a Nutella mousse, a daily dose of sorbet with mixed berries, a brie cheesecake, or of course the one they chose to bring my way, the super rich and creamy lemon tres leches cake. Tres leches cake. It's an ultra light sponge cake that's soaked in 3 kinds of milk, and we're not talking 2% kind of milk. The typical leche cake is created with evaporated milk, sweetened condensed milk, and yes, you probably guessed it, heavy cream, heavy whipping cream. The chefs added decadent caramel sauce because why not? Shaved almonds and fresh wild berries. Their decision to infuse the sponge cake with lemon absolutely balances the sweet side of this rich dish. Unbelievable. So, what's next for these chefs? Even with the most recent and surprising announcement in my updated story about Chef Leo now taking on Hotel Laguna, see that related story at my blog, bestoflagunabeach.com, or here at YouTube. These two chefs have no plans to completely shutter Terra at the end of festival season on September 1st. Maro said, well, I may sleep for 24 hours, but then I'll be back at it. Chef Leo said that they hope to open Terra for weekend brunches, beginning the weekend following the pageant's closure, and he wants to make it a citywide brunch destination for locals especially. He said, we want to do something really fun and spectacular that the locals especially love, that they love coming to. And of course, we have plenty of off-season events to cater here at Terra as well. Of course, visitors are welcome to Terra at any time. Locals are welcome to Terra at any time. To get a reservation at Terra, you can call 800-491-4720, or you can go to opentable.com, Terra Laguna Beach. Hours are currently 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. To dine at Terra, you must have a ticket for the Festival of Arts grounds or a Pageant of the Masters ticket. Now, tickets just for the grounds can be purchased at foapom.com. Festival of Arts, pom.com. Festival of Arts, Pageant of the Masters, FOAPOM, or in person at the box office. Weekday general admission is $10. Students and seniors, 65 plus, is $7, and children 6 to 12 are $5. On weekends, general admission is $15. Students and seniors, 65 plus, is $11, and children 6 to 12 are still $5. Now, the good news for Laguna Beach locals, admission is free, but you have to prove it. You have to bring something that says that you are a Laguna Beach resident. Festival of Arts members can get in free, children under 5, as well as all military personnel. Festival grounds are open for wandering Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., Friday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. The festival closes early on August 26th at 1 p.m., just one day, for its annual gala. That is the big news at Terra Laguna Beach at the Festival of Arts grounds. And the big news about these chefs who have taken on so much responsibility to really keep everything moving in the festival arena in our Laguna Canyon. Congratulations to both of them. Give them a pat on the back if you ever see them running, doing their thing. And I look forward to telling you more about the great chefs and restaurants of Laguna Beach next week. I have a lot more coming. Talk to you soon.